Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Red and White. I am your host, well, half your host, Quincy Moran, aka the Q Man, in the studio with my buddy Emily. Emily, what is going on this evening?
Just trying to process the Norman playoff.
Yeah, I don't know how many flights and trips there are going to be booked to Norman, Oklahoma to be in the bitter cold and watch Alabama play them for a second time. But right now, I've got to say, I myself am not too confident with our offense. Defense looks good. Roll Tide.
I just don't know what has happened. I mean, it's like we've just fallen off of a ledge. Yesterday didn't look the same team. I mean, it's progressively gone downhill, but like yesterday was like everybody just opted out. Weird.
Yeah, a full expose exposing the Alabama's deficiencies in every area of the game offensively, and we're gonna talk tomorrow on our BS podcast a lot about it, but then also about all the controversy going on with the two extra teams that got in that is in Notre Dame that didn't get in. It's like, oh my Lord, what is the committee? Are they trying to get it wrong on purpose? You just wonder about that sometimes.
I think you do have to. I mean, those last two there, I don't. I mean, but here's the thing. Maybe they play better than we did yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they light a fire and rock and roll. There's going to be a whole lot of controversy talked about them, so we will see. But as we fast forward into our final Red and White episode for 2025, this year's getting shorter every day, is it not?
I can't.
What's
it's been
that?
a tough year. I'll be glad to see a new one.
Yes, ma'am. Totally understandable. It's always great to welcome a new year in. And, I think tonight is going to be a lot of fun. Just to put a bow on the Red and White podcast as it's finally started. For those of you that are, checking it out, maybe this first episode, this was about 4 or 5 or 6 years in the making, and came back to Emily several times and was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" She's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I couldn't figure it out. And then finally got to the point where we could. Took weeks and months, but I'm really proud of what we've done thus far. Getting our classmates together. People are definitely interested and looking forward to seeing more people. So I thought, hey, it might be a great idea just to get everybody back on this episode, and I'm sure we will do it again. But tonight, what we're going to do for you is we're going to have our entire student council or class government, or I still can't figure out what we call it, but we're going to have them all back on. And we're going to have some fun. There's a couple of topics we're going to discuss for sure. And otherwise, just see what kind of conversation we can buzz up, and then maybe talk about what the plans are next year. What do you say?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. We'll be right back after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the whole crew, and we'll just have them for you guys that don't know. We'll just have everybody introduce themselves one more time. Maybe you're dropping in on episode 5, and you're like, "Who is this wonderful band of characters?" So with that, we had myself, we had Emily, Cindy. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Cindy. We know me as Eaton. I'm now Carter. Good to be here.
Yes, indeed. Miss Linda, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Linda Pennington, the class of 1996 secretary.
That's right. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, our president. Go ahead, Brad. Tell us who you
Brad
are.
Richardson. Yeah, nice to see everybody.
It is great to see you all again. So, as we talked about before, I didn't take a rerun on that or another pass on that paper bag joke. I just couldn't muster the energy to do it. But for all of you Alabama fans out there, we're here. This particular group is pretty heavy Alabama. Cindy is laughing at us because of what Georgia did to us last night, but that we earned it. I think we just earned it. But looking forward here, Brad, as our president, I've set aside like 35 minutes for you to give us a great speech. So the rest of us are going to sit back and listen to what you have to say, sir. Welcome. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just tell everybody to just put their phones down or their laptops and then just come back in 35 minutes and I'll be done.
Oh, man. Well, Brad, since you are the president, of class of 1996, anything that stands out to you just as far as the show went, things that you learned, maybe you had a chance to check out the other episodes, anything that you learned or anything you want to comment on, and then I'll go around the horn.
I have learned a lot listening to Linda and Cindy, some stuff that I never knew about. There's bringing up memories, things that I'd forgotten about. Some of the, I think we had a little controversy with our class song, going through that. And then, of course, I was thinking it was a completely different song than everybody else. I remember Dee coming in there at the end and doing a good one. That she did a great job with that. But, it's been a lot of neat stuff, a lot of interesting things going on.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And Linda, anything? I know there was some. I think there were some things that you had to clear up. So, if you wanted to, go ahead.
I kind of feel bad because I had to call Cindy out, but I think that it's okay. It's all okay because we all did something illegal, and we all admitted it. And I feel good, like my conscience is clear now. However many years later, 29 years later.
Yeah, and the fact is, you've done it right here in front of law enforcement, and I think there has to be some kind of
Yeah. Well, Brad and I kind of work in the same jurisdiction. I'm the district attorney in his jurisdiction, so we're both law enforcement technically.
That's true. And if you hear a knock at the door, I probably wouldn't answer it after divulging all that you have. I'd probably just leave it where it is. Oh, gosh.
I live in Montgomery, and they have plenty of other things to do. I think I'm good.
That is good news. It was a great story for sure. Hearing both of your versions. Cindy, anything that you might have learned that you had that was fun for you that you might want to point out?
Oh, I told Linda, I was like, she has so many memorabilia and things just saved, and I was like, I would have to go dig, and I would be lucky to find one thing. So it's so impressive to see that.
Hey, I found some stuff today, guys.
Did you?
Oh,
I had to go to the basement. But yeah, it was so good to see all that, and I'm so glad she reminded me because we had so much fun, and I couldn't remember all the details of where the name came from. And when she said my sister, I was like, oh yeah. So it was good. It was good to reminisce.
Absolutely.
A tassel.
There's my little tassel. It's a little bent up, but I found this guy.
The program.
Oh, look at that. The program.
The program from graduation. Let's see. Oh, and I found a football program.
Ooh,
nice.
There we go. That is premium content.
Football 1994.
Oh, yeah.
We should combine all of our memorabilia. We should come up with a museum. I just don't know where we're going to put it. Maybe at the Grove.
Maybe.
We could have like a back room at the Grove, and we could just set up everything. We could charge entry. I don't know what we're going to do with the proceeds, but probably buy some Zima. I don't know.
Maybe ask the people who are missing their giggles and replace them.
That's right.
Retribution.
Bring it full circle. Brad, I don't know if you remember this or not. It might have been like our 8th grade year, but they decided to take pictures at football, like during summer practice, when we were all just melted, red-faced, and a sweaty mess. The pictures were black and white, but the football program reminded me of that. And I think they may have switched our names. I think I was Brad Richardson one year. If memory serves me well, I'll have to check that out. But it was pretty funny that
you got me to look in this to see you guys.
Yeah, I think 94 and probably 95 were more appropriate, but I think when we were in junior high, they took them after we were done running or after practice or something. It was pretty funny just to look back at it. And I too will have to go back. Hopefully for next season, I can go dig through some of my buckets and see what kind of memorabilia I have. And I'm actually on the other side trying to get rid of stuff. And I thought when we moved from California to Texas, we got rid of a lot of stuff, but apparently we brought so much stuff with us. But I definitely have some things out there.
Quincy, can you see yourself? There you go.
I can. Look at that. The neck roll and all. I love it. I did, and I got my right name, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Yes, in this one it is correct.
Okay. That's a plus. I think it was in that either I think it was the 8th grade football year. And man, it just looks terrible. But hey, we were in junior high. What could we ask for? Emily, your thoughts on the show thus far, and anything that stood out to you?
I'm just jealous because I never got to do all the cool gigal stuff, and like my mom was like, she had me on shutdown, like I wasn't doing nothing fun. So apparently I missed a whole lot back in them days.
Well, I mean, there's always now, so you could probably get away with it.
Look, I mean, I'm trying to collect the giggles in my yard, like to have nice things in the yard. I don't want to steal from anybody.
Well, it turns out,
y'all can
Cindy and I, we know how to procure things, and maybe this is what we could do. We could take
a couple of nice bird baths, or something like that.
That's we'll keep that offline just to protect all of you, and then in the next 30 years we'll start talking about it again. Here's something that I really took away after each episode, and then having multiple kids go through high school and see what that experience looks like. Almost 10 years coaching football and seeing what that high school looked like. One of my major takeaways is just how good we really had it. How good of a group of people, the teachers, the faculty as a whole, and I think I can say without question that we were truly, truly blessed to go to Oak Grove and to be surrounded by the people that we were. So that I am very, very thankful for. And I guess my kids, I tell you, there's some weird stuff that goes on in California in high school, but we were glad to get to Texas, and they made some good memories too. But I think we definitely had it great.
One of the things that I really noticed whenever we were talking is how they really remembered their first car and how impactful that was. And you see people's faces light up, like no matter what the vehicle was, like it was yours, and it offered, like responsibility, and it offered like a way you could go and hang out with your friends. It was like your own little space. And I just thought that was cool because I love my car, and so and it was just fun seeing how everybody else felt the same way about their own.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was
freedom.
Yeah, freedom and the reminiscing, and like you say, my first, I think my first car, I don't know if it ever made it to school or not, but it was a 1978 Chrysler Newport, and it was a big tank. I don't think I ever drove it to school because it wouldn't run much, but we definitely have some things that we need to talk about. I'm going to turn it over to Cindy and Linda because they have some memories that they want to reminisce about. And as you're watching this particular episode, make sure and comment below on things that you remember, and we will definitely bring them to the show as well. So, Linda, Cindy, take it away.
So, for those of us who were lucky enough to live in the Toadvine area, there was a little man. I don't know. Everybody remember Head's Grocery? Everybody went to Head's for gas if you lived on that side of the school. Well, it was Mr. Head's brother, and his name was Bunky Head. And if you ever went to school that way or came home that way, you would get behind him he had a little moped. And he was a bigger guy on a little moped, and he had a little helmet, and it was all the time. So that's you would behind him going to school or coming home, and so it was just anybody that lived on. I guess we separated the school like with Randy's. If you lived on one side, you lived on the Adger side. If you lived on the other side, you lived on the Alliance or Toadvine side. So we would get that entertainment. Linda probably, because he drove between our houses.
Absolutely. And then we would always kind of see if there was ever going to be a face-off with the other character in the community, who was Jinky. And Jinky had a bicycle, and you had the giant flag that came up so that you would know exactly where he was, so that way he would be safe on the road. And so every once in a while we'd be hanging out and like, if there was, it's kind of like Superman versus Batman, like who would win? Was it be Jinky or would it be Bunky? I don't know. But I think I know the answer to that. And the answer would be Miss Hosmer on her lawnmower. She drove that to school.
Yep. Yes, she did.
And I don't know if that was like a real thing or if it was a rumor that like everybody always say Miss Hosmer, like, because I know she would drive it to Randy's to get gas, but I think she also drove it to the Grove. And then people would say that she just drove it all the time, that was her vehicle.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
I think Jinky made one of our high school shirts. If y'all remember that shirt do you remember we had like a top 10 list shirt? And he made it.
I remember him. I don't remember Bunky because I guess, y'all said, I was not in the correct area.
The Toadvine side, right.
But I do remember Jinky.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jinky yesterday.
He's still alive?
You did?
Yeah, he's still riding his bicycle.
So how old is this guy now?
Oh, I don't know. He's probably in his 70s. There was a while where he went missing for a while, but I seen on Facebook his sister put something on there that he was ill for a little bit, but he's back, hanging out at the Grove. He's wearing his safety vest. People are giving him, lights and things like that. So he's still out there. He was.
Wow.
Me and my little boy were coming down the road, and he holds his hand up and waving us around, and still there.
That is outstanding. Yeah. Jody commented that Jinky is still around, and he is great. I tell you what would be awesome for this program, and maybe even the Facebook group, is if you could get a little photograph. That would be outstanding. And as you go along and see some of these folks, like who was it that saw Senor Vines recently?
Somebody saw him.
Yeah, I remember somebody saying they saw Senor Vines somewhere. Those could have been my dad. Well,
yeah,
I think he was telling me a story. Okay.
I used to see him when I would go vote. Sorry, Quincy. I used to go see him when I would vote whenever I was still registered in Toadvine, because he was always at the polls. But that's about the last time I saw him.
That is so good. I really hope that he decides to come on the show if I can figure out how to get in touch with him. And as a matter of fact, my dad told me, Jody, if you're still watching, that he saw you the other day at the eye doctor. So I thought that was really cool. He generally lets me know when he sees people that know me, and so it's really neat that he still runs into them. And something that Brad brought up when we were out there together tailgating at the Alabama-Oklahoma game was and Brad, if you remember anymore, because I vaguely remember it, the shirt that you talked about, I don't remember what it was. It was like a "When I Was Your Age" shirt or something you brought up.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I remember Mr. I believe it was Mr. Mize, and maybe in economics had us all had the senior class divided up into groups, and this is the best I can remember. And there may have been other classes, I'm not sure, but you had to come up with something and sell it. And so we made these shirts, and I remember they were Ezra Enterprises was the name of the business, and I remember Quincy drawing the old man on the front of the shirt, and we sold a lot more than I thought we would.
Yeah, I think it was when I was your age. They had stuff like we would pop in sunshine, and then I just remember there was like I think it was economics, like a project. Now that you say that,
oh wow, that is hilarious because I had no recollection until you actually brought it up. And I used to, in high school, I used to make my dad laugh like crazy because, he's always telling me, son, when I was your age. And so it's like, the most popular ones, we walked uphill, both ways to school in the snow. The one that I used to do that was the favorite for him is I would say, son, when I was your age, vacation was swimming in shark-infested waters, and I liked it. And he would just crack up. I mean, I love making my dad laugh, but I don't remember how we came up with that idea. I am so glad that it worked, that we sold those shirts. If you are watching this podcast at any time and maybe you have one of those shirts, it would be really fun to see that. So Brad, thanks for bringing that up. Like I say, I totally forgot. So I love it. So we have that particular topic handled out of the way. Anything else anybody else wants to talk about until, what we can do next, if you don't, is start talking about this 30-year reunion that's coming up. But if you got something else to talk about, go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this real quick. So I remind kids all the time because I sub just about every day, and middle school. So, I'm seeing kids fight, get sent to 180, all the different things, to alternative school. So I always like to take them on a trip down memory lane of some of the fantastic fights that we saw in school.
There were some good ones.
Yeah, I told them, I was like, y'all don't even realize. I said, we have seen some things back in our day. I remember, do you guys remember I had came out of the band room or something, and I was going around those trailers one day, and I was going in that indoor down there by where the home ec room and everything was. And I think it was Austin, was it Morrow or something, and some other dude, they were fighting, and they got rolled up under one of those trailers. And one of them stood up, whole back ripped open, just filleted open skin. I was telling them about that.
Only time, Austin I remember was Austin Bonnet.
Bonnet? Yes, Bonnet.
Okay.
Austin Bonnet. My bad. So I was telling these kids, I was like, and it was weird because I thought about, we were watching a 30 on 30 about Bo Jackson, and y'all, I did not know that Mr. Atchison was his high school coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I can remember one day when we came out of, help me, we talked about her the other day, Virginia biology teacher.
Jones.
Miss Jones.
I can remember coming out of her room, and I told my husband, I was like, well, it makes sense that he's Bo's coach, because he was, I walked out of her room one day, and these two guys started fighting, and I remember seeing Mr. Atchison pick a boy up by his shirt and slam him into the lockers, and his feet were off the ground, and he was just holding him there.
Wow.
Mr. Atchison was not that big.
No, but he did. It was a smaller guy, but he literally picked him up off of the ground and was just holding him there. And I told these kids, I was like, y'all ain't seen nothing.
His nickname was Dickie, wasn't it? Dickie Atchison. Y'all remember? Richard Atchison.
I didn't know.
They called him Dickie.
Well, I know that one day I was impressed. But it all made sense when we saw the 30 on 30. I was like, oh, well then, that was kind of why.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, bringing that up, I think when Jeff Colburn delivered pizzas, I think he might have delivered pizzas to Bo Jackson's residence, one of those football players' residence out there. I think that was it. Jeff will have to correct me if I'm wrong. I do know my dad. He drove the bus for Hoover for a long time, so I think he drove Bobby Humphrey's kids to school, and so I didn't want to mix those two up. But I'm pretty sure when Jeff delivered pizzas, he delivered them to Bo Jackson's house or something like that. So that was all over in that same area, which is like, was that McCalla? That
Yes.
like that area? Okay. Yeah, just trying to put two and two together. So Jody commented and said that their company was Con Inc. because we had a few of our grade vandalize the football field during homecoming and got sent to Brighton. Great memories. Oh my goodness.
Glad I didn't get sent to Brighton since I, confettied the football field. So there you go.
Was it known that you did that? I can't recall.
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
That was a Red and White podcast exclusive.
Okay. I think that's right. We might have to have an additional podcast just for all the confessions that may come out after this time. I couldn't necessarily pick out any of the really good fights that I got to watch or was involved in at Oak Grove. I wasn't really a violent guy, except for I tried to be on the football field, and I wasn't very good there either. But I remember there was some fire drill or something one year where they had us all come out of the class and out of the classes, and we were like over in the driveway that was closest to the fire station. And there were two girls that got started fighting, and there was hair grabbing and punches thrown. I mean, it was impressive to watch.
Do y'all remember the two girls in the lunchroom that got into it? One of them had crutches, and like they knocked over a salad bar, like hit Mr. Mize in the face. Like it was like, I mean, there was some good stuff back in the day.
I don't. I do remember when it was like elementary, I think in the 6th grade. I can't remember who our vice principal was, but I had heard that he would take, if guys were going to get in a fight, he would take them, to the old gym and give them a pair of boxing gloves and let them duke it out. I don't know if that's true, but I've always wanted to believe that was true, because I'm not sure who would really want to fight at that point. But yeah, I think that Brad, any big fights that you were in high school? Anybody you had to put it on?
No, not in high school, but I can, when Emily brought that up, I can think of a couple, and I don't want to glamorize violence or anything like that, but Heath Blankenship and Brandon Palsett.
That was a big one.
A couple of, but they, I guess they were kind of respectful towards each other, even though they might not have liked each other. And I know they got in a couple of them, but they. It wasn't turning any weapons or nothing like that. Just using what you got, and best man wins.
Yep, I do remember one of those distinctly. That I can't remember what the reason was, but I don't know. I like hockey. Maybe it's because you can always try to kind of catch a good boxing match in hockey as well. And so if we turn the page to the next piece of this, next year, ladies and gentlemen, is our 30-year high school reunion. Can you believe that? It's kind of shocking to think that to be the case, but it's here. So any thoughts? I know we talked a little bit about it in the pre-podcast, but any thoughts about what we might do when we might have it? Let's use the balance of our time to chat about that a little bit.
Well, I guess I'll start off, and then I can get corrected, but after I say whatever I'm going to say. So I believe when we talked about maybe doing it later in the year when it's not so hot. After people who have families and, go on vacations, those kind of things. So I would imagine probably in the fall next year. So then I'll stop there and let the real people who know what's going on talk.
Yeah, that's a wise idea, and we can always go in alphabetical order so that we don't get ourselves in trouble. So alphabetically, whoever's next, whoever's first, go ahead.
So I guess that'd be me. We had it at a cool place the last time. It was downtown, right? Downtown Birmingham, but it's no longer there. So we'd have to pick out a new venue to have it. And I guess, did we do like a 1 day or a 2 day thing, like a family day, or just we didn't, did we? We just did a one day.
Two.
Did we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if we're thinking about that again or just a one and done.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I'm taking notes just so everybody knows. That's my silence. So, so the venue, we'll figure it out. 2 days, possibly a family day. Family and all right.
Yeah,
All right.
at the mid-year reunion, we chose a football game at Oak Grove High School. It was the new high school. That was for the first night. And then the second night was at a Mexican restaurant on Highway 280.
Yep.
I think it was Superior Grill.
Yep,
if I
it
remember
closed too.
correctly. And that closed. So, and then the 20-year reunion, we chose, I think it was a Barons game? It was a baseball game. Okay. And so that was for the Friday night. And then the Saturday is definitely at that place that Cindy was talking about, that I also can't remember that we obviously shut those people down too.
Mm-hmm.
So we should choose who we don't like for the third restaurant. And see
Then
what we
they,
can
they would just go out of business immediately.
Yeah. Put somebody out of
Yeah, they may
curse of the
preemptively.
class of 90 the curse of the class of 96.
It's funny
They
that
may
you
just-
said that, because I was going to say we definitely don't need to pick anywhere that's really good.
Yeah.
That's funny. Let me ask this question. Did we do any kind of interactive games or trivia or anything at like at the venue where everybody ate and interacted? Was there anything like that we did?
No.
Everybody just hung
Okay.
out and
Just hung out,
talked
had
and-
drinks.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm signing up for, because I definitely want to make this one since. Well, moving on. All right, Emily.
Like you're volunteering. It sounds like you're volunteering to come up with some trivia, and that would be fun.
So we've got an
you can always
MC.
host some sort of event. Yeah, we have an MC.
Yeah.
We have
Hey,
people with a lot of memorabilia. We could probably
That's
come
true.
up with this.
I think, just thinking about it, if it's convenient enough, I think that's where like the first museum, like, they have those moving museums. That'd probably be the first place to put the museum so everybody can check out all the memorabilia. I think that'd be pretty fun if we had enough to collect. I'd be happy to MC. And, I came up with the questions for the podcast, and they could have been a lot better, but I'll help in any way that I can. So I think we can get something going there. I think it's a pretty neat format to ask questions and then have people answer them and just get to learn more about folks. So I'm in on that. Who is next? So I think, Emily, did you have any thoughts that you wanted to share? And then Linda goes after what the food
I'll
venues
have to try
were.
to put like a thinking cap on of somewhere good that we might can try to use.
Okay. So a venue. And then what's like where place wise, I think what are you guys thinking about the first night event? I know you said the first night was like an Oak Grove football game. The next time was a Barons game. Are we looking to up the ante? Or what are your guys' thoughts on that?
We're gonna need you to suit up. We need you to find that jersey, and we want you and Brad to play and get the team back together. And Emily and I can get the band back together. Cindy, you get to choose what you would like to do.
That's a nifty idea. We'll do a halftime football game.
I got news for y'all. I do the parade march around this house, the Tigerette parade march all the time, just randomly around the house.
That's fantastic.
Because I've forgotten like one portion of it, that because it'll come to my memory every once in a while. I'll do it, and I've forgotten one portion of it, so I need you to teach me.
And I should have thrown my Tigerette picture in there. I forgot it. I would have had to go find it, but y'all had, y'all's looking good pictures in there.
Mm-hmm.
I literally can't remember very important things in my life, but I can remember some of the dances to the Beatles show. I mean, what?
Hey, it is it's going to be great because it sounds like you're going to be teaching all of our old classmates or our former, you're going to be teaching them about this dance that you're going to do on the field. So, I mean, this is winding up to be quite an extravaganza. I don't know if 2 nights is going to be enough.
I mean, I've even still got the uniforms.
Holy cow. Yeah, I could not, like I told y'all before, I don't know what happened to my jersey. I went to buy it and it was gone. I know we used it for the yearbook photo shoot, so I don't know.
Linda,
Maybe
do you still have your band jacket?
Ooh, I don't think I do.
I think I still have my band jacket. Like, I have all this crazy stuff. I don't know why.
I had the band jacket. I had all the uniforms. I've had every bridesmaid's dress that I've ever been. I've been in like 10 weddings. But then I finally got rid of those in 2020. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. It's long enough.
What was your method of disposal? Did you send them somewhere, and did you send them to be like thrifted, or you just got rid of them?
I had enough items to where I had the thrift store essentially come to my house and pick them all up. So I hope there is somebody parading those things around. I think it'd be awesome.
Yep. Probably doing dances around the house in them. I like that.
Yes.
Jody says, how about the homecoming dance y'all did to Mama Said Knock You Out, complete with boxing gloves?
I think at the same time, I got rid of the shorts and the boxing gloves at the same time. I had them until 2020. Emily, do you still have yours?
No. I had actually forgotten all about that, so that's kind of cool because I did not remember that.
Yeah, I have my FFA jacket from when I was the president of the FFA, and one of my kids wore it to school. I think her a couple years ago wore it to school, and somebody was trying to buy it off of her because they thought she had picked it up at a thrift store. So, and it's pretty cool because I could still fit into it, which is a plus. Because there for a while, I could not fit into that. So, Linda, we got some feedback from you, but what are your thoughts? I know you've got to have something brewing for this exciting extravaganza.
I'm still good with the 2-night event, just so we can involve people with their families. And also because I know some people work, like different kind of shift work. And so if they want to come, they can come one night or the other. But I don't know, we're all a little bit older, so I don't know how many people have a lot of kids they want to bring. I mean, I have no idea. So
it'll probably just be me.
And hey, and you know what? Like, I can bring mine, and she can legally get into bars and everything now.
We're gonna need somebody to bring a kid who's old enough to drive, but not old enough to drink. Yeah.
There you go. Designated drivers.
We're gonna have to get creative because it's not like we're like overcome with sports teams, or if you don't do high school football or like semi-pro baseball, we're kind of we're gonna have to get creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was digging through my senior book, and I saw a lot of Birmingham Bulls tickets. So that would have been fun to go to some ice hockey.
Yes, it would have.
Yeah, but maybe we'll just do one night. I don't know. I know the last time we had it, we had also, and by we, I mean Brad, because he does all the work, had negotiated a deal with a hotel where people could stay, so that way we could all be responsible and just kind of like hang out. So I don't know.
We could do like a Top Golf.
I've never been, and I want to go so bad.
That's the families can, and they have bays you can just like rent, and just so many. That would be an event.
That would be a place for people to socialize, and they also have really good food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, I think we can definitely look at that. So when does let's say it's a just under a year out. When does planning for that begin?
When somebody makes a call and is like, "Hey, it's that time."
Yeah,
I would say spring to get it started.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, Brad?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's good. Good idea, because you got to have it lined up and be able to give people time to plan.
Okay, excellent. And then is this the committee that we're looking at here? Are there people outside of this particular podcast that are part of the committee? I've never been a part of it, so I'm asking, not to put anybody on the spot. I'm just, for research purposes.
This is the committee, and then if anybody else wants to join, they can join.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Brad, I'll help you do whatever if you just, holler at me.
Okay.
We welcome ideas for sure.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm very much looking forward to it. I've already talked to my wife about it. We have some traveling to do next year, but I definitely have this put aside to make sure, and I'm very much looking forward to. Brad had an opportunity to meet my wife Jeannie, and just have everybody else meet her, and then get to meet your respective spouses, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I would say we can come up with some great material for this show as well. At least a great photo collage, maybe some impromptu interviews that we can play during the show too. As we get around our folks. So I'm looking forward to that. And as we start to wrap this up, Emily, I know you have a couple people that want to come on the program, and we weren't able to put it together this year. So you have a couple people that are interested. I've kind of talked to Miss Colley, and then I think Brad talked to Coach Shaw, and so I'll be looking to reach out to him as well. And then, can you guys think of anybody that you would like to put on the program that I can start, hunting down and checking in with? Anybody that is on the top of your mind?
Is there any teachers that are still there, that were there when we were there?
I don't have a clue.
There aren't many that I can think of. I know Mr. Harris is still out there. Mr. Northwood is still out there.
Is that right?
They would be easy to get if they're still there.
Yeah. And I usually see them just about every week.
I guess Mr. Harris pretty old too, isn't he?
He don't really look it. Huh? I mean, he looks about the same. And I was just thinking, I saw Miss Howell the other day. She's still getting around, and she's over 90.
Wow.
Yeah, she still works at the library in Hueytown. So, yeah. And there's some others I could think of. I just can't think of them right now.
Okay. Well, as you consider that, you guys start to put a list together, and I'll talk to Emily offline, at the first of the year, and we'll look to see what we can do about putting, the next leg of this season together. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to get some of the teachers on, because, Miss Colley remembers plenty of things vividly about what went on at school in the school year. And, like Brad and the rest of you guys, she brought up things that I just didn't remember, maybe just because it's been so much time. And, but very much looking forward to that. And, so I can start compiling that list, as well. And, yeah, well, I think we've about covered it all. Go ahead.
Quincy, if you want to continue this all the way to the union, then you could do have a Scholars Bowl, have them together.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe drama, club.
Brandon McCurley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe you could do something with the football team, and maybe you could do something with the band, and maybe you could do something with all the different teams and clubs that we had, just to kind of have a theme. I'm just putting a lot of ideas and a lot of work on you because I'm out, and you and Emily, of course. I'm volunteering you for everything.
Well, if you watch this program and you have always, like, it's always been in your heart to do a lot of free work and to be an organizer and a producer, Quincy Moran has been looking for you for this podcast. So if you're very organized, you'd like to get people together and schedule stuff, look me up, QuincyMoran@gmail.com. I think that is a great idea to get some football players on here. Get the who was it? Obviously the drama group.
Drama.
Yes, Scholars Bowl.
Got football, softball, baseball, band. Basketball. I don't know.
Math team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the possibilities just keep going on, and then I've heard from other people that are in other classes, before and after hours, and they're excited to come on the program as well. So I've very, very much enjoyed this, and I want to thank you guys for being willing to be a part of it and get on and answer questions and just take time to interact and let everybody know what's going on in your life now. And obviously, you guys as the student body government, you're welcome on the program anytime. I'm sure Emily and I would love to have you on. And with that, any final words from our class president, Brad Richardson?
It's good to see everybody. Good to keep up with everybody. And Quincy, I appreciate you doing this. I know it's a lot of work, but this is a really great thing, and I enjoy it.
Oh, thank you. Well worth it. Miss Linda Pennington.
Yes, thank you so much for putting this together. I've had an absolutely wonderful time. And also, Emily, thank you very much for joining today. And I just want you to know I'm sending out all the good vibes your way.
Thank you so much.
That is awesome. Cindy?
Yeah, I can't reiterate what they said. I probably haven't seen you guys in so long and wouldn't see you because I'm not on Facebook or certain social medias. I'm on Instagram. So if you see me there, want to friend me, reach out, everybody who's watching. But it's been just good to catch up, and thank you for doing it. It's been, and like I said, memories. You just forget things after so long, and then you hear them, you're like, oh yeah, man, that was great. I don't know, Brad remembers, we used to work some fish fries together years ago, back on the river days. But yeah, it's just things that you see people and you're like, oh man, I remember, we did this or we did that. So it's just good. It's good. It's a good thing. Yeah,
I totally agree. Well, thank you guys very, very much for being a part of this. And I look forward to keeping in contact with you guys, and looking forward to planning this 30-year reunion.
I'm excited about that, like especially when y'all mentioned Topgolf. Like I say, I've never got to go, so.
Same here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd suck it up, but it's okay.
Trust me, you're going to be okay because Quincy Moran is going to be there. I'm telling you. And it's fun. It's fun to watch each other play golf and make fun of each other. That's probably the majority of the good time. Yep. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much. Emily and I will finish this up on the other side. And I can't thank you guys enough again for being a part of this and looking forward to what we're going to do a little bit more in the future.
Sounds good.
I'm just so happy. Like I said before, I know that it seems fake or something, but like it does make me happy that all of you guys look like you're doing so well in life. I'm happy for you.
Same.
Thank you. Yeah, same.
Amen to that. All right. Well, sis, we did it. Thank you, Jody. Thank you for being.
Yes,
I gotta
Jody,
say,
thank you.
She in every endeavor. I was telling my dad this the other day. In every endeavor that I've done, me and Josh doing Moran Brothers, whatever the thing is, she has always been around and been a fan and rooting us on. So
yes,
I love you for that. Thank you very much. And I've enjoyed the memories too. And I didn't lead with this on the show, but I want to thank you for being here. I know that we all know that you're going through a difficult time, and we love you, and we appreciate you getting on and spending some time with us. any final thoughts before we wrap this thing up?
Well, thank you so much for that, and I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna all work out.
It will. And you got your old brother Q over here. Anytime you need prayer, a text, a call, whatever it is, I got your back.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thank you for watching this final episode of the 2025 season. I can't believe it. I mean, we did it. All that talk, and it finally came to pass, and people are loving it. So
it was so much fun.
Yeah, it's a good time, and I need your help working on those questions because they definitely could have been better. But we got to keep the friends question in there. You did? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that. And until we talk again, hope you have a great night. And
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Yeah.
Maybe,
Norman.
Maybe Roll Tide.
We'll see. I have a friend that's already, number one, he texted me, yikes, after Georgia took us out to the doghouse and beat us. And then, right after they announced that it was going to be us and OU, he's a big OU fan. He said, looks like we're going to be playing again in Norman. And that's a rough place to play.
This is how I plan on watching it like.
Like a thriller. That's right. Well, we'll see what happens. And I'm really looking forward to getting everybody together to talk about the reunion and then putting that piece together for the big 30.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the reunion. I think it'll be a blast. Yes,
I am as well. All right, sis, we did it. And until the next time, for Emily, my name is Quincy Moran, and this is the Red and White Podcast for the Oak Grove alumni. We will see you next time, everybody. We are
Good night,
out.
guys.
Good night.